Welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name is Grant. Tonight I'm unboxing Beware the Ides of March, the Liberator's Civil War, designed by John Thiessen and published from Hollandspiele. This game literally came out in March, obviously the Ides of March, when Caesar was assassinated. This game tells the story of the couple of battles leading up to the events of his assassination during March, many eons ago. The designer, John Thiessen, I know has done several Civil War games for Hollandspiele. Mac and Lee, I believe, was I want to say that was the most recent one. And those games have a very interesting focus of maneuver and feinting, which I think is really cool and really nice. But this game is, it's an operational game, and it covers a couple of large battles. You can see the back of the box here shows the board. We'll get into that. Fairly large board, really. 22 by 34 map sheet with extra large hexes, 88 counters, 24-page rulebook, 40 wooden discs, and a 6-sided die. Once again, 2024. Brand new spanking game. And this is new on the back of the box. I have not remembered seeing this. But Hollandspiele.com, weird games for weird people. And also rad hex encounter war games like this one. Well, I would say that I have played many of Hollandspiele's games. And yes, there are some weird games. I call them maybe more original or eclectic is a better word. Weird has a negative connotation. I don't know that I've ever played any of their games that I haven't enjoyed. I will say Nicaea was one I played a couple of years ago. Didn't really love it. But the other games that we have played from Hollandspiele, Grass Crown, With It or On It, Table Battles, any number of games that I've played from them have been extremely good games. Well designed, well produced. With an understanding, this is a small company. They can't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on art and components, but I think they do a pretty good job. Blue Panther does all of their printing, and this is an order-on-demand model. So you're going to order this game, they'll place the order, you'll pay, and then it'll go to Blue Panther. And within 7 to 10 days, they'll ship it to you, freshly printed, and you'll have a brand new game. This is Hex number 80, which is their 80th game. And that's been in about the last 7 or 8 years, I think, 8 or 9 years maybe. I've probably played 30 of their games, and they're almost all very good. But this is a game I was hotly anticipating. When it came out, I immediately hit purchase, and I'm not upset that I did. So first thing we see, there are a box or bag of pawns. These are discs, different colors, blue, red, purple, and black. And then you got white and yellow. Some are probably markers and other track elements, but there you have about 25 discs. So you get some wood in there. You get a real fancy D6. Do like that it's Imperial Red, Roman Red. First thing you see here is the rule book. Their rules are always very good. They always have great examples. One thing I do want to, from an aesthetic standpoint, really like the white lettering and then the choice of the smear of blood kind of caressing or kissing each of these letters there in the middle, representing or standing for the assassination of Caesar by his closest associates, obviously one being Brutus. Et tu, Brute? Beware the Ides of March. So here's the index. So there's about 21 pages. There's some additional charts at the back. Kind of an introduction about the history from John Thiessen there. And then it goes right into the components, talking about legions and land units, politics. There's some prestige and other elements that you've got to work through. And there's a look at the setup chart. So pretty cool that it gives you a very good... Love the smell of these games too, by the way. Always smell smoky. setting up the game. Then you've got kind of your flow of play, the sequence of play. You've got a storm check here, an invasion check. You've got some dice results there. And then initiative, reinforcement phase. There's a recruiting table. And then defection, which is switching from side to side. If you know anything about Roman civil wars and battles, lots of people switch sides occasionally. Discussion about movement and naval phases. Seas are naval movement is a big part of the game, but if you remember that little description I read, movement is difficult. Sea movement, there's calm seas on 2 results, possible storm and tempest on basically everything else, 5s and 6s. Well, 1 through 4 is calm, but you're going to obviously hit storms and tempest a little bit often, and then you're going to lose some ships and lose some guys. Combat here is described, retreat, odds ratios. So it's a CRT. There is a land CRT there. So it's going to feel like a war game, which is good. Very, very nice looking rule book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm sure it's very well done, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Talks about victory and defeat. Love the art there, by the way. Ilya Kudryashov did the map art. And there's the extra tables that it was mentioning there. Lost converter table, flow of play, terrain effects. And then there you have your reinforcement schedules. Nice looking rule book. You have a half counter sheet, 88 counters. Remember from the reading of the back. Not a lot of them are double-sided. So a lot of single-sided markers. But here you can see legions and triremes that'll move them around. Leaders, you have Antony and Octavian. Here you have Brutus and Cassius. You have some different mercenary-style troops, Syrian, Asian, Macedonian, Hispania, Gaelic, and then some Roman troops. Game turn markers, where your ships are at. Ooh, there's a fire marker. And then here you have, no idea what these are, but that's a Thessalahydra, basically. So yeah, nothing real over complicated, fairly simple. I like that the ship's backsides is a muted type of skull. Kind of cool, creepy as well, but I like that. And the only other component in the game, other than the box bottom, is the very, very big map, 22 by 34. And this is a very, very thick paper map. Very, very durable it's going to be. And it's beautiful. I mean, that's a really gorgeous looking board. Flatten it out with a piece of plexi. You're going to be golden, ready to go. But obviously it covers, Roma is in the middle. And then you have all the provinces around it, around the Mediterranean. Obviously Hispania is over here. Gaul is up here. Out east, you have Persians, Greeks, obviously there, and your North African tribes also. On the board, as you can see here on the bottom, this is the land CRT and the naval CRT. Very cool and interesting presentation. We'll have to play that, but you can see there's a lot of no results kind of in the middle, and that's fairly standard for a CRT to be distributed that way. You've got a replacements box here. Moving back to this side of the board just so you can see it. I really like that they've printed all of these things directly on the map. You obviously have your turn track, your prestige track. Here's that storm, recruit table, defection attempt, attrition table, sea movement, your storms or tempest table, invasions from the different barbarian tribes out there, turn track here, date, and retreat before combat. So yeah, lots to like. Really like the look at it. And remember it said in the description, huge hexes. Those are huge hexes. So I'm gonna lay that back out, and then I'm gonna put one of these ship counters right in the middle. You know, that you're going to be able to line up 2, if not 3, of those ship counters in the same hex. Yeah, that's a legion. Let's go ahead and, so yeah, there you go. You basically can fit, without stacking them. You can stack, but I don't know if there's a stacking limit. But I like how they're bigger. They're also dashed. And I like the different tones of the water. I don't know if that has to do with movement rates or storm or tempest, but very, very cool. You have the Adriatic Sea, kind of very interesting, just one deep water area, the rest is shore, and then here you have the deep water out here. Terrain, mountains, plains. Not sure if these are rivers or fords, or I'm not sure what that is. Need to read the rule book, but the cities stand out: Carthage, Syracuse, Roma, obviously, Ravenna, Massilia, Carthago. Very, very well laid out on the board. This is a nice looking game. Very much excited to give this a try. And I'm glad I bought it. I've never bought, once again, never bought a Hollandspiele game that I didn't frankly enjoy. They may not always be amazing or the best game I've ever played, but I really have enjoyed a lot of their games. And we'll at any time play a Hollandspiele game without question. So there you have it. Beware the Ides of March, the Liberator's Civil War from Hollandspiele. Nice looking product. Very much looking forward to playing this. I think the playtime on it said, well, maybe it didn't say. It doesn't say. So maybe I need to go on BGG and see what they've put. But probably somewhere in the 90-minute to 2-hour range, because it is a war game, so you're going to be moving a lot, doing different things. So very much looking forward to playing this one. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Grant for the Player's Aid.